Okay, this is a tutorial to show you how to turn two set of magnets into one office chair. So some disclaimers, this is probably not the easiest tutorial, so when it's hard, that's why. So the first thing you want to do is turn these two into a long continuous string, and once you've done that, we can begin. So the first thing you want to do is, you want to count out 20 magnets. So 20, so that's 20. And you want to add one more set of 20 ring on top of that. And you have this. And then you're just going to stretch it all the way out. And this is the time I'm going to remind you that a ring we've just created like this would not be equivalent to an upside down ring created like this. Make sure you keep the orientation of everything done in this video the same way, otherwise things are going to not work. So anyways, after you have this one ring, you're going to add 5 more rings on top of that, so you have a total of 6 rings of 40. Yeah. The next thing you're going to do is count out 13 magnets. And make a ring. And once you have this ring, you're going to, same thing, put a second layer on top, and then just stretch it out so you have 26 magnets. And this one's only going to be 4 high instead of 6 high, so add 3 more layers on top. There's that. Now you're going to make a ring of 8, and you're going to add a little bit more onto that. You're going to add 4 on this ring of 8. So 4 high, ring of 8, and this is the one part, the only part in the whole video that you're going to flip something over. So you're going to make another ring of 8 and add more to that, 2 more layers on top for a total of 3, and you're going to flip this one over. This is the only thing in the whole video that's flipped, so yeah. So go back to our big old giant pile of magnets. You're going to squeeze it, but you want to squeeze it to have 2 parallel lines on top. What you don't want is one weird magnet hanging off the side. You want it to be parallel. So once you've done that, just start cutting off. Don't lose orientation, remember this is the top, and just cut off layers of 2 at a time. So that's 1, that's 2, and just stick them all back together. You can do this just by lining them up and making this cool jiggly stick thing. And once you've done and finished making the stick, you're going to take 2 magnets off the 2 sides. So take 1 off the back and 1 off the front. Same to the other side, 1 off the back, 1 off the front. And just kind of line it back up. It should look like this. So you can see how there's a little bit of a curve here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to count down 3 magnets, ignoring that little weird magnet on top. Count down 3 magnets and then take off the next 2. And you're going to do that on both sides. This part is kind of hard, so be warned. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to count out 4 from the back and then take off 2 again. 4 and 2. Now this part is, like I said, pretty hard. These top flaps are going to try to flap around and escape, so don't let them. So we're going to flip this back over. That was the back, this is the front. We'll just put it down for now. We're also going to take our rings of 13, or whatever this is, and squish it like so. Pretty similar to the first way, and like the first way, you want to cut it in half. Don't forget where the top is, this top. So now that we've cut that in half, we are going to count out 5 from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this time you're just going to bend it right on that 5th magnet. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the top, and just bend it at that magnet. And it forms the armrests. So I'll put that off to the side a little bit. So going back to this is the only one that was flipped over, remember? We're going to make some rings of 5. We're going to make 8 of them, so that's kind of a lot. That's actually going to use the rest of your magnets, except for 4. So take these 4, put them off to the side. It doesn't really matter what the orientation is on these anymore, but do remember where the top is, and we're going to cut off layers of 2 at a time. Make sure you don't flip any of them over by accident. Okay, so now we have our upside down pile, and we're going to stick them together like so. And hopefully you can see that. And we're going to repeat that. Make sure that the orientation is correct. So this is top, this is bottom. You're going to again stick it with that pointy side on the bottom in. Pointy magnet on the bottom in the gap. And again. So end up with a very nice symmetrical thing. Flip it over. That's what it looks like on the bottom, on the side. And now you have your 4 remaining magnets. You're going to stick them on the very edge of each of these at the end on the bottom. And it should expand a little bit when you do that. So now, you see this one didn't expand, so sometimes you need to squish it a little bit to coax it to expand. So now you have the wheels of your chair, this other part of the chair, the posts of the chair, 2 armrests, so we just assemble a chair now. So you take out the main body, flip it back over, count out 6 from the bottom, ignoring the little weird ones hanging off the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we bend it in half, except it's bigger this time. So it's tricky, but you can do it. So make sure you bend the right amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't want to bend it all the way, although if you do, nothing bad happens, but this is the angle we're going to have, roughly. Now you take one of these armrests, and this part is also hard. Honestly, this is not that easy, but anyways, hold it like so. It's going to be kind of close to the front. Not the very bottom magnet, and we always ignore the weird nub. Not the very bottom magnet, but the one right above it. And we're going to align it here, kind of like so. We're going to rotate the bottom, and you can adjust the height of this as you need to till it meets that, and you want it to touch the 3rd magnet. So that's what is going to happen, and this is not too stable, so you want to quickly attach the other one, same way. So kind of 2nd magnet here, 3rd here, and now it's happy, and you have most of the chair. Now you take the post, and the post you stick a point. So you stick one of the magnets kind of in the middle, close to the edge, and just kind of flip it forward. It's not going to be perfectly round where it touches, but it's going to expand by the time into a ring by the time it gets to you. So see how it is? A little bit of weird funnel looking thing. And the last part is super easy. You attach the wheels on. Now it's going to have a slightly different joint. That is intentional. And you see how it's parallel here and not staggered like all the other ones. And it should stand now, so you did it. Yay.